Because you do the same thing. Please. Please. You do the same thing. You don't see me butt hurt. You know how many times I was tight that your mom let you get on my game without saying, yo, babe, I got him on your game. And out of nowhere, my damn charger thing is messed up. So I'm going to ask. We're going to start in a few minutes, family. We're going to start in a few minutes. Please bear with me. We're going to start in a few minutes, family. We're going to start. Shalom, shalom, family. Let me just navigate where I need to be navigating. Shalom, shalom, family. It's your brother Dargabar. It's your brother Dargabar. Lord willing, this is edifying. I want to give all praise to the Most High Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakodash. Yahweh, the Most High God. Yahweh is the Most High God, and Yahweh Shai is who the world ignorantly calls Jesus the Christ. Right? I want to give double honors for the elders that paved the way, that the Lord put a spirit upon, to feed, the hopeful elect, whoever you may be. And of course, we're going to start with Elder Tahar on down. I've been ruling well through the Spirit, teaching the sincere milk, the parables, the dark sayings, and the prophecies of Yahweh Shemal Shai, bringing forth 100% of his doctrine to the best of the ability. And for the hopeful elect, scatter four corners of the earth, whoever you may be, Lord willing, the Lord continue on this course. And for the wives and the single sisters that's playing a role as sisters, and most I have mercy on the other brothers and sisters that is not in the faith. And of course, I want to say, rest in peace. RIP to me means rewind it, please. But Lord willing, the Most High has mercy upon Elder Ariah. Ariah, the elder from One West, right? Most definitely, we got to give double honors where honor is due. The Lord been paving the way in this ministry, leaving trails. This title that we're going to go into, Lord willing, this is quick. I don't want to, I know I be getting into it. I be talking long, you know what I'm saying? So I would like to go over the season of the death angel. Now, the main point if you really think about it is when you go to Exodus. So we're going to go to Exodus. First, actually, I'm going to show you certain things on the screen just to get you some motivation. Lord willing, this can bring you into motivation, right? So bear with me. These are just videos that I like collect and like to show when I do a lesson or not. So
So let me get this right. Some of you DMT take the shot, you lose your job. We lose our jobs to robots anyway. 2020.
Country's history is we are saying either you take this shot or you lose your ability to feed your family. It is that simple, with no choice, no option, and no alternative. That is what we're here to hear from the public, which has not been done, and that's really the focus of why we're here today. All these other issues are nice issues to have a conversation about, but we have not heard from the public, and that's really why we're here, to hear their story and what their impact is.
So
I'm gonna let you hear the beginning part one more time.
So let me get this right. Some of you DMT take the shot, you lose your job. We lose our jobs to robots anyway. 2020.
Country's history is we are saying either you take this shot or you lose your ability to feed your family. It is that simple, with no choice, no option.
He said, you better take that shot unless you ain't gonna be able to feed your family. Wow. Okay, let's go to this one. This is dealing with the Astro shoes, boots. And this is how you know Esau can trend anything and we'll fall onto it. Right? This is why. Like right now we're dealing.
And I'm going to say that they are no longer hubcaps, that they are hats. And I'll have all these millions of black people walking around with these hubcaps on their heads. And give it a fancy name like Zapsters. And people will be asking, what's a Zapster? Hey, man, that's the new hats, man. I mean, you square, you don't know what's up. You don't know, you haven't bought you a Zapster yet? $800 a piece, man. I got two of them. My buddy got them at a discount. He works over there where they got the stuff stored. And some white supremacist, about 23 years old, right out of college, thought up the idea. We'll sell them to the black people. We don't have to throw them away. Call them Zapsters. What's a Zapster? That's a hat that black people wear. That's the identifying thing. They always need something to identify themselves with, as if their skin color doesn't identify them enough. They always got to have something artificial, something that I made up. And I'm going to say that they are no longer hubcaps, that they are hats. And I'll have all these millions of black people walking around with these hubcaps on their heads.
You see that?
And give it a fancy name like...
I'm showing you that, man. Programming never stops. It's going to still be here until the hell we get out of here. Right? Chemical warfare. You have to know 2 train derails happened. I think it was a third one that just happened the other day. Right? And it's people saying on the End Times headline website that people are getting an illness. I'm waking up. To make my system grow. Welcome to the new age. To the new age. Welcome to the new age. To the new age. So I'm gonna read everything that was on the screen. My brother Jamal King, he wrote chemical warfare, train derailment, orchestrated attacks on the population. Some things might look like a coincidence, but some things can be planned, right? They want us to believe this is all a coincidence. And look, all happened within 2 weeks. And the funniest thing, most of the news is not showing a lot what's going on in the world, right? You either got to go on TikTok, you got to go on the End Time headline, or you got to go to like a journalist on YouTube, because America and the world is not going to show everything, right? The one rich dude on my YouTube video, he said, if y'all know what we doing, I mean, it didn't work. But if y'all don't know what we doing, then that mean it do work. So they gotta find a way to keep you in sync. This one say controlled release of toxic chemicals from train that derailed 3 days ago. East Palestine, Ohio, February 6, 2023. That's the 6th. This is February 13, 2023 in Houston. A train has derailed in the Houston area. Officials report the train was carrying hazardous materials. Come on, yo, and it's crazy. They had a truck that was carrying monkeys, experimental monkeys, and the truck fell over and the monkeys escaped. It's kind of weird. Prompting Union Pacific, Ms. Gabar was trying to make fun of me, Pacific, to monitor air quality at the site of the crash, according to the Splendora Police Department. Indiana, rail car leaking acid forces road closure evaluations. This is acid. Another one, derailment in South Carolina today, Monday. Photos by fire department, Columbia, South Carolina. Wow. Arizona, authorities issue evaluation shelter in place order after nitric acid spill. Train derail in Van Buren Township outside Detroit. One car carrying hazard materials, same operator as East Palestine derailment. What in the hell? Large 5-acre warehouse fire breaks out in Kissimmee, Florida. Chemical plant explosion in Chicago. Look, this is intentional. This is a crime. It's really people getting sick. aftermath, right? So this is the second this is the last video, I believe.
Hard work and dedication.
This video says they have been putting their plans on TV for so long. Look at this, the mark of the beast. And this is way back. This sister, from what I know, this sister is not even in a congregation. And this sister over here is saying, look at this, the mark of the beast. Okay, let's see what they talking about in the video.
To our cause. In reviewing this year's progress, let me say that we have been highly effective in conditioning the people's minds to accept our solution to the world's problems. The energy crisis here in the United States was exceptionally successful worldwide, and we expect similar success with our upcoming food shortage. Our labor leaders have made great progress by causing confusion and work stoppages in all areas of the world.
Just to let you know, this is broadcast in 1981. This is in 1981. You see, Salaki, early warning, 1981, on how they will take over the world.
Hard work and dedication to our cause. In reviewing this year's progress, let me say that we have been highly effective in conditioning the people's minds to accept our solution to the world.
So, it been working, right?
Our cause. In reviewing this year's progress, let me.
So they're reviewing. Don't you know, us in their plantation is a experiment. We're like freaking guinea pigs to them.
Say that we have been highly effective in conditioning the people's minds to accept our solution to the world.
See, our solution. What solution is that? The solution of this beast, what we were called the nation of Idumea. You know what I'm saying?
World's problems. The energy crisis here in the United States was exceptionally successful worldwide, and we expect similar success with our upcoming food shortage. Our labor leaders have made great progress by causing confusion and work stoppages in all areas of the world. Financially, the dollar is being devalued even faster than we could have hoped. Politically, the public has lost total confidence in any form of government. The threat of universal war is a daily possibility.
Let's see them go.
And we expect similar success with our upcoming food shortage.
So they plan on a food shortage. We had moments here and there, but they looking for a real food shortage. Isn't it crazy how Bill Gates right now owns the most food farms in America? Hell.
Labor leaders have made great progress by causing confusion and work stoppages in all areas of the world.
He's saying it right in your face. America been causing a lot of confusion, right?
Financially, the dollar is being devalued even faster than we could have hoped. Politically, the public has lost total confidence in any form of government. The threat of universal war is a daily possibility. As you know, we ourselves do not need to hold any visible office of leadership. As a matter of fact, it's better that we do not.
Look at the scripture they put. They take crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hid ones. That's Psalms 83. They got verse 1 all the way to 8. This whole thing, you see crafty counsel. This is why we need this death angel to come, right? Let alone we got jakes that are wicked out here too, man.
We control the finances, news media, food, transportation, energy. We control everything. It is important that you, as world leaders, keep our program before your countrymen. With our World Bank and computer program operational, we now have the capacity to control the financial affairs of every human being on Earth by giving each person his own computer number. Anytime his number is used, we would know his financial situation at once. He could not buy or sell anything without his computer number. It will simplify their lifestyles tremendously. The end result will be a one-world monetary and government system that we alone will control. Yes,
What about the people who forget their number or their cards are lost or stolen?
We've made provisions for that. By using this laser imprinter, we can painlessly and permanently affix the person's number to the back of his hand or his forehead if he so desires. The numbers would be easily read by this new ultraviolet scanning equipment. For the purposes of demonstration, I've had such a number imprinted on myself.
You see, and it's going to be hidden in plain sight. Now, you might have it where you could just see it right away. This is in 1981. 1981. Then they had another joint in 1965 or 1969 when a dude said, "If I was the devil." Who gets up and say, "Let's make," and this is the time before YouTube. Who's gonna sit around and make a video like that, "If I were the devil," and explain everything that's going on in this place? Let alone this man has a video of him talking about the mark of the beast in 1981. We in 2023, and that haven't happened yet. You know, they put these things because eventually they're going to do it. They promoted water bottles back in the day. It wasn't water bottles way back then. You was drinking out your house or your faucet or that fire hydrant. Now you drinking out of water bottles. Yeah, I'm hearing that they put new chemicals in the wine. Niggas in the hood is getting shitty liquor and shitty wine. We just really think we balling, we doing something good, man.
Once this number is imprinted, it cannot be lost nor can it be changed. Now, are there any questions?
What about the individuals who refuse to have this number implantation?
We expect some minor resistance, especially from highly motivated religious groups.
What about the individuals who refuse to have this number implantation?
We expect some minor resistance, especially from highly motivated religious groups. But eventually, hunger will cause even the most zealous to conform to our program.
See? Hey, look, and this goes into Christianity, man. Christians, man. I know Christians believe in the rapture, Armageddon, and they believe in the mark of the beast. However, they teach it. But some Christians, I'm not gonna lie, that Left Behind, the Left Behind movie, it's some brothers and sisters that's in the Christianity community that probably won't even take that mark. But you're gonna have some idiots in the church, especially a pastor, if he want to keep his business going, right? He said, what did he say? He said it was gonna be a minor issue. I mean, you can say that, but the real men and women of this truth, they're not gonna take this. Right? And if it comes to you threatening brothers about cutting their head off, it's men and women that's in this ministry that are willing to die for the words of the Lord. And we can look at our foreign fathers, our foreign young brothers. You can go to 2 Maccabees, the whole 7th chapter. They wanted them to eat pork, and they said no. They wanted to eat abominable things. They said no, and they killed all of them. So imagine us. They're gonna keep telling you to disown that name. I don't want to kill you. Oh man, hey, just disown his name. And we gonna say no, they're gonna cut your throat. But hey, you don't believe me for it. Take what the Lord say, because this is thus saith the Lord.
We expect some minor resistance, especially from highly motivated religious groups. But eventually, hunger will cause even the most zealous to conform to our program. Gentlemen, I believe that within a year, 2 at the most, our one world government will be a reality. If we continue on our present course, it is my opinion that we could present the devil himself as a world leader, and the people would accept him.
They're talking about that one world dictator. You know, what we would say, we would consider him as an antichrist. There's many antichrists in the world, but how he's speaking, it would be that because when you do a one world government, and they're saying that this guy is going to be who.
If we continue on our present course, it is my opinion that we could present the devil himself as.
So America will probably use a symbol as in an antichrist that's bringing in false facts, trying to make people feel good. And they do it in time and time again. He's going to quote something out of the Bible and might not say the Bible scripture and just quote. You know what I'm saying? And America is gonna be able to do that because there's some simple-minded nigga out here that believe the president is really a high position. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't believe his powers past the president that's really in control. But you have some that do. So you have to understand, especially teaching this ministry, we're a problem to the society. In each captivity, they had a very, very great fall. And this place is going to have a very great fall.
As a world leader, and the people would accept him.
Hey, and I believe that to be true. Israel will believe in a freaking demon. I believe it. The brother said, Shalom King, Shalom Yahbashim Shai Brakathum. My brother Yawasab said, that's crazy. In camp saying the mark is sin. Yo, that's a fact. And it's, look, what we just showed. This is a sister that I know her, right? She is not in a camp. And this sister over here saying the mark of the damn beast.
Hard work and dedication to our cause.
Right? Then let alone we see this video right here with the damn retro boots. You see that they made a trend with these boots. They made a trend with the vaccine, right? Then you got this man. This is a doctor saying if you don't take the vaccine, you can't buy and sell. Let's do it again.
So let me get this right. So if you DMT take the shot, you lose your job. We lose our jobs to robots anyway. 2020
country's history is we are saying either you take this shot or you lose your ability to feed your family.
You see this nigga? You better take that shot or you gonna lose the ability to feed your family.
It is that simple. With no choice, no option, and no alternative.
He said no choice, no options, no alternatives.
That is what we're here to hear from the public, which has not been done, and that's really the focus of why we're here today. All these other issues are nice issues to have a conversation about, but we have not heard from the public, and that's really why we are here.
So he say, man, all the other drinks is nice issues to talk about, but they only care about is you gonna take this shot or not. That shit is crazy. All the other stuff that's going on, man, put that aside, man. We need to know about the community. He's not talking about celebrities, people. Yo, it's this one place. I don't know if it was a basketball team, some director. It was something that they had everybody in the facility not take the vaccine. Everybody in the facility, they did not have to take the vaccine. I forgot what it is. I gotta find it out.
To hear their story and what their impact is.
So a true believer is one who has been chosen from before the disruption of the world to believe in the completeness of Hamashiach's work upon the cross, which has secured blank of all mankind. All of the chosen people of Israel from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Especially believers. 1 Timothy chapter 4 verse 10 consolation of Yahweh towards all of his creation. So consummation when every knee bows and every tongue will confess. We'll just go to it. We'll see what he talking about. 1 Timothy 4 and 10. 1 Timothy 4 and 10. Maybe it was 4 and 10. He says, for therefore we both labor and suffer reproach because we trust in the living God, who is the Savior of all men, especially those that believe. Come on, man. We're going to suffer labor, right? And we're going to suffer other things, right? Because we confess Yahweh Shema Shai as our Lord and Savior, right? My brother Yawasab put another verse, Psalms 36, verse 1 and 2. The chief musician Psalms of David, the servant of Yahweh. The transgression of the wicked saith within my heart, that there is no fear of God before his eye. For he flattereth himself in his own eyes, until his iniquity be found to be hateful. Come on. It's plain, man. That's plain. The transgression of the wicked say within his heart that there is no fear of God before his eyes. And I remember I was in jail and somebody said, man, God see through me. And that's how the wicked is. Even the wicked, even in our nation, and the wicked in these other nations. Psalms 37, verse 12 to 14. The wicked plotteth against the just. And this goes into Psalms 64. And I'll probably bring that up too. It says, gasheth upon him with his teeth. Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, shall laugh at him. So the Lord gonna laugh at their calamity. For he seeth that his day is coming. And this is why the devil is ushering things to move faster, because he know his day is coming. The wicked have drawn out the sword and have bit their bow and cast down the poor and the needy and slay such as be of an upright conversation, right? And you even seen Joe Biden December 12th, 2022. We don't know if that's going to be fully legit, but he was bringing combat forces, out in the streets to patrol any anti-Semitism, right? Eventually, it's going to be a famine of the word, man, right? Because a lot of us, the men, they're the prophets, of course, the elders, the apostles, they're bringing out a lot of information that's kind of, taken away from what they have in play. Until, man, I'm gonna just get this, and then I'm gonna go to another joint that I wanted to show you before we really get into these scriptures. Right? This is Psalms 64, verse 1. It says, "Hear my voice, O God, and my prayer preserve my life from the fear of the enemy." Right? And hey, even more, remember this verse, Psalm 64 and 1. You want to pray to the Lord that He preserve your life from the fear of your enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, because they're doing counsel right now while we're house, and this cold is it's not a snowstorm, but it's snowing, right? They doing secret counsel while we over here trying to feed our flocks. And at the end of the day, you put these videos out, they're studying everything that we do, right? From the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who wet their tongues like a sword and bent their bows to shoot like arrows, even bitter words, right? They got those nukes ready. Those nukes will be those arrows, and they got bitter words to tell you, right? The best one they wanted to use in their lifetime was nigger. But now I'm so happy when I look at the book of Acts, I believe the 3rd chapter, where it called Simeon nigger. And when you look at Latin, Niger, in Latin, it would be Neeger, and it's called nigger, right? They bitter words, dogs, you 3/5 of a man, right? They do so many things just to tear you down, but it's all a conspiracy, right? You got to look behind what they're doing. What they're doing is the conspiracy, right? Thinking about depopulation, making bios warfare. That's them making crafty counsel. That's them conspiring against us, right? I'm going to just read these last two. It says that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. Look, that they might shoot in secret at the perfect. Who is the perfect? The hopeful elect, whoever you may be. Suddenly do they shoot at him. So suddenly they're going to shoot at us, right? Fear not. Those nukes eventually about to drop. Eventually they're going to be kicking in your door, right? But fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares, trap, privily. They say, who shall see them? Yahweh Shem Yahushai is going to let the hopeful elect know, right? Hey, you never know. Some brothers might be changed in that moment, right? Brothers might become hunters, right? So let's get into it. Um, uh, Title: The Season of the Death Angel, right? And we gonna really just get straight to the point. I can't wrong. What's going on? Oh, my screen is loading. It's loading. So this is Psalm 58, verse 6 to 7. Break out the great of the lions, O Lord. Let them waters which run continually. When he bendeth his bow to shoot his arrows, let him be as cut in pieces. Yo, the funniest thing, they're going to be caught by their own destruction. All the devices, especially servitude, they're going to be destroyed by their own devices. You put us in slavery, in righteousness, we're going to put you in slavery. Now, this is something that I came across this article, How Stuff Works. I just liked where it was going. This was David Roos, July 7, 2020. He posted this on this website. People, How Stuff Works, right? And this title is The Angel of Death Has One Job, and he does it well. And that's a fact. So reading this, it says, every spring, as Jewish families, the Jews, that all the Israelites, not just 3 tribes, all 12 tribes, which we're going to see in scriptures. Because if you read Exodus 12 and 23, it's not Jewish. It's the Jews and the Israelites, right? So every spring, as Jewish families gather to celebrate Passover, Pesach, when you read it in Acts, it says Easter, but it's really Pesach. They retell the story of the Israelites' hasty exodus from Egypt. The ancient holiday takes an English name from God's promise to pass over the homes of faith Israelites while delivering the 10th and most painful plague upon the Egyptians, the death of the firstborn, as it is written in Exodus, the 12th chapter, verse 23. And we're going to read that. And it says, in the popular retell of the Passover story, the destroyer is often called the angel of death, but the words angel of death don't actually appear anywhere in the Hebrew Bible, the Christian New Testament, or the Islamic Quran. So you're not just going to technically see the death angel. You're not going to see that, right? This is a title myself. I came up with the mind when I was reading the scripture. Oh, the death spirit. And you got to know, we got to be careful when it comes to Passover. Ain't nothing new under the sun. So you got to think, angels are overwatching what we doing, right? I'm going to just read. I don't want to read too much, but I'll just read the 2 paragraphs and then we'll get. I wanted to show you something in Babylon and Timbuktu. And I'm not going to bring out too many scriptures, right? So it says, very few angels are named in the Hebrew Bible, known as the Old Testament in Christianity or the New Testament. The angels Michael and Gabriel make appearances in the book of Daniel, and God sends the angel Gabriel to inform Mary that she will be the mother of Yahushua. But the author of the Bible took great pains to emphasize that God was the only one calling the shots, not angels. Indeed, the Bible, there is no mention of an angel who ushers people from death to afterlife. Look, I just want you to know, you have to really be in the spirit to understand deep things, right? Now, of course, this has to be a Christian point of view. People think God physically made these things. In certain scriptures I'm going to bring out, the Lord used his firstborn son, which is Hamashiach Yahushua. Yahushua been here before he was here in the New Testament. Through the Spirit, he was Adam, right? Through the Spirit, he was Isaac. Through the Spirit, he was King of Solomon, right? He's Melchizedek. Now, if you're not praying to the Lord to increase you in knowledge, most of the stuff I'm going to say going to go over your head or you don't see it. Hey, clap, clap, bravo. The Lord gave you a strong delusion. Hey, that's not from me, right? So back to where we going. We need to understand that Yahweh Shema Shai, the Most High, the Alpha and Omega, he calls the shot. Everybody follows. When we look at who don't follow out of all his creations, we would say Israel, because all the other nations follow their attribute. Esau is the supreme hunter. He's wicked as soon as he get out the womb. All these other nations ain't gonna really get into their real servitude when we get back into the kingdom. Even though they were servants back then, they're gonna get right back to their former position. All these heathens are not made to be rulers. Never was. But it happened on our downfall. Right? So close that. I'm really kind of done with reading that, right? So I'm gonna read this too, because I want to get in the scriptures, but I want you to know that things outside the Bible will back up the Bible. So we're gonna read certain things, and then we're gonna go in the Word and see what we come up with. You know what I'm saying? So first, we're gonna hit this paragraph right here, Salaki. We're going to read this right here. Okay. I'm going to read this real quick. It says, now there arose up a new king over Egypt, which knew not Joseph. And he said to his people, behold, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we. That's Exodus 1:19. The next one is Exodus 1:10. Come on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply, and it comes to pass when there falleth out any war, they join also unto our enemies and fight against us, and so get them up out of the land of Egypt. The Egyptians were so afraid because we were multiplying, right? And we're going to get that scripture too. That's Exodus 1:12, because we kept multiplying, they were afflicting us, right? With rigor, right? Cruelty, harsh, right? I'm going to jump to the next page. I'm not trying to read all of this, So we're at page 64. So if you ever get Babylon 10 buck 2, you can know where I am at. It says, male genocide was decreed, and gradually the Hebrews were reduced to slavery. So we were in a different position before this new Pharaoh came. So like I said, Exodus 1:12, Exodus 1:14, and Exodus 1:15 and 1:16. I don't got 1:16 and 1:15 on my paper. So I'll just read these. I'll drop down. So it reads, it says, and the king of Egypt spake to the Hebrew midwives, of which the name of one was Shiphrah, and the name of the other Puha. And he said, when ye do the office of the midwives to the Hebrew women and see them upon the stools, if it be a son, then ye kill him. But if it be a daughter, then she shall live. Right? During the period that the Hebrews were slaves for Pharaoh, they built many of the megalithic structures. The Hebrews erected some pyramids. They dug a great many channels of the rivers. They built walls for the cities and ramparts. They constructed the halls at Karnak for the Thumos the first. They built temple pythons, hippo-style halls. By the edict of Ramses II, they constructed at the Thebes the temple of Ramses Uzam with its Kausala statues of himself, and they built the treasure cities of Pithom, right? And a few more sentences. Naturally, the Hebrews were not the only slaves in Egypt. There were Ethiopian slaves, Nubian slaves, Canaanites, Assyrians, people from the Aegean islands, but the Hebrew slaves were the majority, right? And this is the last part I wanted to show you. Where's it at? Here we go. Right. This is page 70, right? After Egypt was weakened, wait, I'm gonna just read up. It says he decided to enter the palace at the time that Pharaoh was entertaining various ambassadors from foreign nations. After Egypt was weakened and terrified by the scourge of 10 plagues, Pharaoh agreed to emancipate the Hebrew slaves. You see that? And it wasn't we in slavery in America. And what was it? Emancipation. Ain't nothing new under the sun, man. Right? So they were weakened because of the 10 plagues. The Lord don't play about his people. So now we make a big screen and let's just go through this real smooth. If you got precepts or questions, hey, it's fine. But I need you to know I'm about to do Passover Sunday, sundown, all the way till the 12th of March. We have to know if you're not celebrating Passover, that's a problem. If you don't know what Passover is about, that is a problem. We need to cleanse ourselves right now while we have the chance. Today is Tuesday. You have to suck it up and cleanse yourself now, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, me personally, I'm not chilling with no weirdos. Now, if I'm chilling with you, I see you, but you're gonna get this work. But I'm not trying to be around arguing and negativity. If you ain't trying to hear book, chapter, verse, even if I feel like I can't bring it out, I'm just gonna stay in my lane. That's me. That's me, right? Passover is something serious. When that death spirit pass over, you niggas is wilding. If you gonna sit here and think, I'm good. All the disasters that happened all the way from January all the way till now, even before that, and it's Passover coming, that shit is a coincidence. How did the rails happen? How kids are just falling at games with a heart attack? You know what I'm saying? Then America is fighting with unidentified aircrafts. Don't know what it is, but they want you to think it's UFOs. No government in this world can kill or drop down a chariot unless the Lord wants you to think you did something. Yay! But the Lord don't work like that. The Lord killed a lot of Egyptians. So you have to think we're in a different realm. Yahushai, we had a beautiful Passover with Yahushai. You don't really hear about lamb with Yahushai. You don't really hear about the bitter herb because that bitter herb at that moment is dealing with Yahushai who got the bitter affliction, right? And Yahushai is the symbolic symbol of lamb. If we don't know these things, that is a problem, right? And at the end of the day, you had Yahushai getting hung during the time of Passover. After they did it, all these things that happened. People betraying Yahushai, denying Yahushai, niggas is hanging themselves. It's a lot of things that's going on during the Passover, right? So let's just hop into it, man. You can go to Exodus, the first chapter, verse 12 to 14, right? It says, but the more they afflicted them, wait, I'm going to start at 11. It says, therefore they did set over them taskmasters to afflict them with their burdens. And they built for Pharaoh treasure cities, Pithom and Ramses. But the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied and grew. And they were grieved because the children of Israel. And the Egyptians made the children of Israel to serve with rigor, cruelty, right? It says, and they made their lives bitter with hard bondage, and mortar, and in brick, and in all manner of service in the field. All their service, wherein they made them serve, was with rigor, right? Cruelty. So when we came here, we were getting cruelty. You see, this is the first chapter of Exodus. Now let's look at America in the spiritual way. When you came to America, you were dealt with rigor. First chapter. That's the first chapter of the new Pharaoh. Our first chapter is us coming to America on this land. They killing the Indians. Not only the niggas, the Indians, they're hit with rigor and their genocide. Freaking the Northern Kingdom, they split between a pole calling Hispanic and Latino. Now Jake don't want to, oh no, we not Latino, we ain't Hispanic, right? It's a whole bunch of confusion. This is the beginning chapter. Esau didn't say, hey, let's wait until the middle of the year and let's do something. Look, I'm gonna show you right now. This is how you know this is how America, we're we're just now getting out of the first chapter, right? Where does man say that? Let me get, where is it at? We gonna get this. They think okay, here we go. This is page 25. Let me show y'all this. Let me show y'all this. You heard, right? And I bring out this book all the time, How White Folks Got Rich. Right? You can get this on Amazon, $11. You can get it on your Kindle for free. You can get it on your phone for free. All you got to do is just download the Kindle app. This is page 25, Salaki. And I'm going to read this. This is by an actual man. Wait, is it by... Right. This is by Ralph Willie. His name is right here. Ralph Willie. Ralph Willie. I even put it closer on the screen so y'all can see it too. Right? It says, wait, let me take this off. Okay, here we go. It says, give me the free labor of one black person for 1 year. I would be a rich man. Give me the free labor of a dozen black people for 1 year. I would be a very rich man. Give me the free labor of 1 million black people for 250 years. I would be America. That should make you feel some type of way. Guess what? Let's look at that in the Egypt type way. If they had one black person for 1 year, they would be a rich man. If they had a dozen black people in Egypt for a year, they would be a very rich man. If they had millions of black people for 250 years, they would be America. Wasn't Israel in Egypt for like 400 to 30 years? Look at Egypt. They say Egypt was the most beautiful place. I wonder why, because your slaves was doing most of your job. You know what I'm saying? Lord willing, you got that. Lord willing, it's like, wait, hold on. I never thought about something like that, right? So let's get into it. Let's go to Exodus, the 11th chapter, and we're gonna start at verse 1. And we're gonna read down to verse 10. Right? This is story time. Right? It says, and Yahweh said unto Moses, yet will I bring one plague more upon Pharaoh. So it was 9 plagues, right? And I'm gonna put them on the screen because I want to make sure y'all know, right? Because some people are like, I don't, brother, I don't know the 10 plagues. Can you help out? There's a problem if we don't understand certain things and kind of hold on to remember them. Hey, you got to acknowledge that problem. So, the 10 plagues of Egypt in order, just for y'all sakes. The 10 plagues of Egypt in order: water turned to blood, frogs, lice, flies, living stock. If you don't know what that is, living stock pestilence is the Lord sent that plague that they die. Boils on the skin, hail, locusts, darkness, and the killing of the firstborn, right? The craziest thing, water is going to turn, water turning into blood. This most likely will happen. I've seen this happen overseas, water turn to blood. Frogs hopping on the land. We still got frogs in the world. So, hey, it could. Lice, hey, I had to deal with that with my daughter, Amaya, having lice, and she a black woman. You know what I'm saying? So, it can happen. Flies. Your wife got to put the little insect, the fly catcher, whatever the freak that sticky thing is. Livestock pestilence. Esau been killing our damn animals and then making clones or whatever the hell they do. So I could see that happen again. Boils on the skin. Oh yeah, that got hell. I seen hell before, but we talking about big ass hells. Locusts. Locusts will eat up all the crop. Darkness. I can believe that because Russia and China says that they got an EMP missile. An EMP missile will bring darkness. My brother Bashar, I believe he did a video on that, in the killing of the firstborn, right? And this is this one, you got to think, even the women, even the men, because the men, the son takes after the son. I mean, the son takes after the father. So this right here is a very serious plague, right? So Exodus 1, Yahweh said to Moses, yet will I bring one plague more upon Pharaoh and upon Egypt afterward. he will let you go hence. And when he shall let you go, he shall surely thrust you out hence altogether. Speak now in the ears of the people, and let every man borrow his neighbor, and every woman of her neighbor, jewels of silver and jewels of gold. And Yahweh gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians. And moreover, the man Moses was very great in the land of Egypt, in the sight of Pharaoh's servants, and in the sight of the people. And Moses said, Thus saith Yahweh, about midday will I go out into the midst of Egypt, and all the firstborn. Look, I just want more thing to say to all the brothers. If you a man, you see how Moses is coming out saying, Moses said, Thus saith the Lord, about midnight will I go out into the midst. Me and you should be going out to the highways and byways and doing sit downs and bringing, Thus saith the Lord. The best thing about our time and this time is that we have the scriptures in our hand. We didn't have to wait for Yahweh Shai to go, and then eventually we die, and we never. Most of our forefathers probably did not even get a chance to read the New Testament, right? But they were already living through it. Me and you, we get to live, we get to read all of this and build our faith even more, man. So verse 5, and all the firstborn of the land of Egypt shall die, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sitteth upon his throne, even upon the firstborn of the maid servant that is behind the mill, and all the firstborn of the beast. And there shall be a great cry throughout the land of Egypt, such as there was gone like it, nor shall be like it anymore. Guess what? It's going to be a mourn during this Passover. I don't care how you feel. People been mourning in the ushering of Passover. When Passover comes, there's going to be more deaths. After, is going to be more. And guess what? When this place get destroyed, people are going to cry even more than they did in Egypt. Right? Verse 7. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue against man or beast, that ye may know how Yahweh doeth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel. Now, Israel is in captivity in the hands of the Egyptians. When you go to Exodus 20, verse 1 or 2, Egypt means the house of bondage. So now, Deuteronomy 28:68, the Negroes came to America, the blacks, the Haitians, and the Jamaicans, they came to America, and the Northern Kingdom was here, right? So who is the new Pharaoh? The new Pharaoh is Idumea, Edom. Edom is the next Pharaoh when we dealing with America. So when you look at this scripture dealing with the Egyptians, the physical Egyptians, right? The ancient black Egyptians with the same bronze color as us, right? It's no difference between the Lord put a difference between the Egyptian and Israel, let alone we're in this Pharaoh's captivity. In Edom, Esau, the Lord put a difference between Esau and Israel too, right? Verse 8 and 10, it says, in all these thy servants shall come down unto me and bow themselves unto me, saying, Get thee out, and all the people that follow thee. And after that I will go out. And he went out from Pharaoh in a great anger. Yahweh said unto Moses, Pharaoh shall not hearken unto you, that my wonders may be multiplied in the land of Egypt. Right? Before I go on, I want brothers to know, just Pharaoh heart got hardened. This is a fact. Other nations is going to get hardened from this, right? Because if they heart wasn't hardened, they would be more, hey, yo, take the money in my heart. In my pocket. You already know damn well they heart is hardened. But Israel heart is hardened right now too. It says, Pharaoh shall not hearken unto you. When we flip it in many ways, like he said that my wonders may be multiplied in the land of Egypt. The Lord's wonders is being multiplied in this land too. And Israel still not hearkening. When the earthquake come, brothers is going to try to bring out Matthew 24:7. Earthquakes in diverse places. We hear about World War III. Brothers is talking about the mark of the beast. Man, we supposed to tell our people, but you niggas is not hearkening. Right? Verse 10, it says, And Moses and Aaron did all these wonders before Pharaoh, And Yahweh hardened Pharaoh's heart so that he would not let the children of Israel go out of his land. Right? Even though Esau is the damn wicked, it's really about Israel that's not hearkening. Soon as Israel start hearkening, I'm telling you that it's gonna be a big ass wave change that go on in this place. Right? We can go to Exodus 12, verse 22. We're gonna read verse 22 and 23, then drop down. So verse 22 in Exodus, the 12th chapter, it says, ye shall take a bunch of hopsis, hipsop. So like if I'm saying it wrong, right? Let me go to another translation because I don't like messing up the words. All the same. Drain the blood into a basin. Then take a bundle of hipspops. Yo, I can't deal with that. I don't like that. I don't like that. I hate when the word I get did. I don't like that. Let's see. I know some of y'all might not you might not be able to say it either. So I ain't the only one. Let's see. Here we go. Right here. Oh, so I was saying it right the whole time. Hits up. It's hips up. Oh, so I was saying hits up. Okay, so lucky y'all. And ye shall take a bunch of hyssop and dip it in the blood that is in the basin, and strike the tittle and the two side posts with the blood that is in the basin, and none of you shall go out of the door. None of you shall go out at the door of his house until the morning. Like my brother Bashar said the other day, when you really do Passover, you really supposed to be staying into that house until the next morning. You know what I'm saying? Show me anywhere else. You know, but hey, we already know some people might do a gathering at a certain place and they do it all the way till last time when I did an ATL HOY, we did it till like 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock, or however. But now that I see this, I'm gonna be doing it with my family. You know what I'm saying? And we're and none of you shall go out the door of his house until the morning. Lord willing, that's what we gonna do, right? It says, for Yahweh will pass through to smite the Egyptians. And when he seeth the blood upon the little and on the two side posts, Yahweh will pass over the door and will not suffer the destroyer to come in unto your houses to smite you. So like for me, like I told my wife, I said spiritually what I want to do, because a lot of time when we do this lesson, we always go to Exodus. So if we can get, when we get the lamb, I'm gonna try to stab it as much as I can just to get some blood. And I'm gonna get a paintbrush and I'm gonna rub, even if it's not a lot, I'm gonna rub a Y over my door in the front and the back. You know, I just want to be. I don't. So lucky for my. I'm excited. I can't remember if I was one of the men that was with Moses. I believe I was, but I can't. You know, like Raven had that secret thought of it. So for me, I want this Passover is going to be spiritual. So for me, I am going to rub lamb blood on my door. And it's going to be, for me and my household, symbolic of Hamashiach Yahushai. Let alone every man and woman should really have Yahweh Shemashai in their house. What I mean is every man and woman should be abiding in Yahushai, right? So Passover, what is Passover about? Can anybody comment on there? I already read it and it came out. What is Passover about? And it should be about damn near almost what the topic is about, right? Lord willing, I'm going to read this scripture again just to give you a hint. For Yahweh will pass through to smite the Egyptians. And when he seeth the blood upon the little and on the two side posts, Yahweh will pass over the door and will not suffer the destroyer to come into your house to smite it. Right? So, Passover, what is it? It's okay. Wait, you know what? I'm gonna go to the StreamYard, see if we see anybody. The angel of death pass over. The angel of death pass over to smite. Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that you actually, answered for yourself. Death, the brother Moses put death spirit pass over. Okay, okay, okay. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta want to try to be prepared for this Passover. The death spirit is gonna pass over again, again, and again. The Lord even created spirits for vengeance. I gotta make sure I can remember it. I think it's in Second Ezra, the 15th chapter. Where is it at? Damn, where is it? There we go. Got it. I thought could have swore I had one in Second Ezra, but I don't. Okay, I have to put this in the script. Repent, repent. She over here trying to get y'all to repent. Oh yeah, I can't go there because they don't have Sirach in that website. Salaki y'all. So yeah, Sirach, we're gonna go to Ecclesiasticus, also known as Sirach. We're gonna go to Sirach 39. I don't know what the heck is going on. Oh no. Dang it. I'm over here getting anti-excited. Like I'm really learning why I'm over here trying to teach my brothers and sisters. I said Sirach 39. Sirach 39, verse 28. Let's see if this is it. Yeah, this is it. I could have swore it was in Second Ezra. So I'm a. Oh yeah, I don't want to go too crazy. So yeah, 28. Okay, our creation. So you have to know the death angel is spirit of vengeance, right? So strokes In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. So these angels is really trying to plead the first chapter. I don't know what the heck is going on. Saying you a damn demon for that one. He a demon for that. I'm back. Okay, good. So y'all couldn't y'all did y'all hear me at least bring out the scripture? Okay, I'm gonna re-say it. This is the GNT though, right? This is verse 28. It says, there are spirit times of judgment they unleash of the maker. Vicious animals, scorpions, and snakes, the sword that destroy the wicked, fire, hail, famine, and disease. These have all been created as punishments, right? Let alone Israel is going to be consumed by them, right? Not only the wicked nations of the south, Israel going to get them too, right? Especially the 2/3, right? The hopeful elect, you're going to be, again, verse 28, for there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury strokes in the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Fire and hell and famine and death, all these are created for vengeance. So we just seen a lot of death. How many people died in that earthquake? 27,000. The Lord say famine. There's famine in certain places, but eventually it's going to be a famine in this whole capital of America, just like it was a famine in Canaan. It was actually a whole famine going on around the border of Egypt. It was a whole famine, and Joseph, the Lord put a spirit on him to save some of the grain in all borders around Egypt, from Canaan, outside of Canaan. They all came to Egypt to get food. And hell, the Lord put a plague of hell on Egypt. Man, I remember I was like, what, 10 or 11? My first time seeing hell, I got hit in the head. I'm like, it's salt coming out the sky? Had to go ask my mom, where you get this salt from? Did you collect it from the sky? Shit was big as hell. But when we talk about the hell in Egypt, it was had to be way bigger. And fire. Let alone those angels is the one, it's gonna be spirits in these damn elites to push those nukes. What was I watching? When you watch Resident Evil, instead of doing nukes, they want to do something that's biohazard, where they gotta go and hide it. If you really look at it, Putin wants to bomb this place. He wants to so bad. When you watch the second movie of Wonder Woman, you know, war is going on, but you have behind the scenes, they're trying to make a bio warfare. Look at Utopia, how the man was talking about a damn fungi. I bet you every damn dollar we don't have, Esau has his scientists in the office right now experimenting on the next pandemic. Bill Gates, I'm sorry to say this to your favorite white person, but this bitch ass Bill Gates. Let me get to it. Let me get to this upside down. I almost called this man every word. Where that man Bill Gates at? Where this man Bill Gates at? Smack this nigga right in the face. What? He gotta be here. Oh, y'all just cut my shit. Y'all just took my shit off, huh? Let me see if it's in here. Was this the one though? I don't remember this being the one. Yeah, I got a video with this man saying they gonna put it's gonna be a new vaccine. Bill Gates, you just slick how you got through the cracks with that one. Let me see if this is it.
And it is going to be a QR code.
No, that is not it. Huh? I think this is it. Bill Gates on how to prepare for the pandemic. This man telling you to put the next pandemic. No. It's the same dude. It's the same dude that said the blacks and Latinos, the Hispanics, they should get it first.
Bill, how confident are you that we as a global community will deal with the next pandemic better?
Well, there were a lot of people in 2015 after the Ebola epidemic who were talking about what needed to be done. And in this pandemic, the countries that had some exposure to SARS-CoV-1 were amongst the outliers. So Australia is a true outlier. They orchestrated diagnostics, they executed quarantine policies, and they have a death rate in a different league than the other rich countries. I mean, just utterly different. And everybody had the capability to do that. They, have less PCR machines than other rich countries. It wasn't something. They had more travelers coming in from China than other countries. So hopefully, given the so many negative things, not just the millions of deaths and the economic toll, but the lack of schooling, depression, overdose deaths. I mean, it's hard to make the entire list. As you say, for men, more men died. For women, more women had unacceptable burdens thrust onto them. So the cost of being ready for the next pandemic is not super large. It's not like climate change where, 10 trillion, 20 trillion, these are big numbers. Global surveillance capability would cost like $1 billion a year. The R&D that we need to do to get magic vaccines and diagnostics and therapeutics, that's less than 100 billion over the next decade. So, if we're rational, yes, the next thing will catch it early. And it won't go global like it did this time.
Man, shut up. There's another one where this man said, Bill Gates warned of next pandemic after COVID, how to stop it. I'm trying to get the video where this man directly say it. We can make COVID-19 the last pandemic. I had a video with this man saying he asked Bill Gates what the next crisis. I gotta hear this. I'm sorry, y'all. We about to hear some news right now. Forget what y'all talking about. We got to see what this.
So how did it feel to make this prediction and then have the world essentially not listen and not prepare?
Well, there's no good feeling that comes on. This one will
with fighting the last battle potentially. So if we focus on pandemics now, and there isn't one, say, for another 100 years, what is the next disaster? What is the one that we're not prepared for?
Well, I'd point out two. One is climate change. Every year, that would be a death toll even greater than we've had in this pandemic. Also related to pandemics is something people don't like to talk about much, which is bioterrorism, that somebody who wants to cause damage could engineer a virus. And so that means the cost, the chance of running into this is more than just the naturally caused epidemics like the current one.
It feels to me like there's something similar about pandemics and climate change or like asteroid impact, which is that they're not very tangible, but you could do a little bit. I don't know. It seems like humans are not very good at those sorts of problems.
Well, my favorite writer, Václav Smil, wrote.
He ain't really getting in there, but I'm gonna find that video one day and I'm gonna drop it in the post. That man said, "It's another pandemic out." I'm telling you, I can't stand that damn demon. But we got done just reading this, so you have to know it's some angels, some spirits that are created for vengeance. Some of them might come with fire, hail, famine, or death. And lately, we've been seeing death, right? And that's what the angel of death is, right? They're bringing death, regardless if it's in your house or not. So we read this. So Passover is the death spirit passing over, where it says on the two posts, Yahweh will pass over the door. So it's really going into the spirit of Yahweh will go over the door. Most of y'all might know, but through the spirit, because I know Yahweh Shemal Shai, I know Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, who the word he calls Jesus Christ, he's on the right side of the Lord. So the Lord used his right hand to bring destruction and take Israel out. So through the spirit, it really was Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. If you're on that level, you can get it, right? And it says, verse 29, and it came to pass that at midnight Yahweh smote all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sat on his throne unto the firstborn of the captive that was in the dungeon, and all the firstborn of the cattle. Yo, the Lord ain't playing. This man killing the firstborn of cattle, the firstborn that's in jail, the firstborn that's just living on the land. Yo, and it was talking about the Egyptians. But you got to think, we just read in Babylon the Timbuktu, you just hear Egypt and Israel. It tells you on page 64, and I want y'all to see this too. I know my screen lit, so let me fix this before somebody saying I can't see. Right. Okay, let me just fix this part right here. So right here. Right there at the bottom. Let me get this off the screen because you can see it. Okay, so at the bottom, right here, this part right here, it says, hold on, okay, I'm reading from the right. So it says, naturally, the Hebrews were not the only slaves in Egypt. There were Ethiopian slaves, Nubian slaves, Canaanites, Syrians, and the people of the Aegean Islands. But the Hebrew slaves were in the majority. So we were the majority of all the slaves. So you have to think of the Nubian, the Ethiopian, the Aegean Islands. Did they put blood on their door? You gotta. If you don't know, you gotta really think, because we just see in Egypt. You just hearing the people of Egypt, but you see in the scripture that death spirit came all through Egypt, right? And we seen that in verse 22 and then we just see that 22, 23. But that one smite all the Egyptians. It said, for Yahweh will pass through to smite the Egyptians. So the Lord was really just going through to smite the Egyptians. So, hey, from what I'm seeing, it don't seem like he went through to kill the Nubians, the Ethiopians, or the Aegean Islands. This was really made for the Egyptians. Hey, you know, like when niggas is trying to shoot somebody and they shoot an innocent pedestrian, where I'm about to show you, Lord willing, this is the verse. I'm going to show you when. Nope, that is going to be in Second Samuel, where the Lord had an angel. Man, let me just get into this, man. You feel me? Let's hurry up and get this done. You know, because I know some of y'all got things to do, right? Oh dang! I said this was gonna be a short live, y'all. I'm so sorry, y'all. I really thought I was gonna be in and out. Genesis, 2 Kings chapter 35 to 37. And it reads, and it came to pass that night that the angel of the Lord went out and smote the camp of the Assyrians, 104,500. And when they arose early in the morning, behold, they were all dead corpse. So Sennacherib, Salaki if I said his name wrong, because I know I just said his name wrong, king of Assyria, departed and went and returned and dwelt at Nineveh. And it came to pass, as he was worshiping in the house of Nisrach, his god, that Adrammelech and Sharezer, his son, smote him with the sword, and they escaped into the land of Armenia. And Esarhaddon, his son, reigned in his stead. So you see that an angel of the Lord went out and smote the camp of the Assyrians. Yo, everybody works for the Lord. And what the Lord requires you to do, I don't care if you're an angel, a man, or a woman. The Lord, look, the Lord had an angel come to Mary and go to Joseph. Then later on, tell him, hey, yo, you got to go to Egypt. Yo, we're living in the story that the Lord created for the Israelites. That's why I like this video I watched of Elder Elder Ariah, when he was talking about the whole Bible is for the Israelites, regardless if you accept it or not. Right? This is Hebrews, the first chapter, verse 14. For are they not all ministering spirits sent forth to minister for them who shall heir of salvation? When you read this in the NLT, like this just became one of my favorite verses, one of them. In the NLT, it says, therefore, angels are only servants, spirits sent to care for people who will inherit salvation. But you got to know, if it's different bodies in the congregation of the Most High, you have to know all the angels have different positions. Like the angels that basically patrol the throne, wherever the cherubims, wherever they move, the Yahweh's throne moves. So you got to think, is angels out here that's messengers, and you got the death angels. You got angels that might be dropping the famine down. You might have an angel that's dropping the hail down or dropping the fire. Everybody's playing a role in the Lord's story. But you got to look at yourself. You playing a role too. But is you playing the right one, or is you playing the one that you made for yourself? Right? This is Luke, the 15th chapter, verse 10. Likewise, I say unto you, there is joy in the presence of the angels of God over one sinner that repenteth. Not all angels the Lord sent to, go put that work in. You got to know, some of these angels is rejoicing that one sinner repenteth. Guess what? I'm not out here for everybody in the damn street, because not everybody going to get the message. This truth is for the hopeful elect. The real friends of the Lord is the hopeful elect. I don't know who you is. So I'm only speaking to the ones that's really dedicated. Now it's going to be brothers that's not in the truth. They smoking a fat finger blunt this year, next month, or next week. They're eventually going to start seeking knowledge. So this, whatever spirit you are, whoever you are, that's the hopeful elect. This lesson is for you to stop with the shit you doing and bring your ass here, boy. Bring your butt here and serve the Lord, man or women, right? Angels is gonna be clapping for you. You might not see it, you might not hear it, but I'm telling you, it say it right here. Likewise, I say unto you, there is joy in the presence of the angels of Yahweh over one sinner that repenteth. You know what I'm saying? Repenting, being converted is very important. Let's go to Colossians 1 and 16. Colossians 1 and 16, for by him were all things created. You go to Ephesians 3 and 9, which I'll go to after. It says that are in heaven and that are in the earth, visible and invisible, whether they be thrones or dominions or principalities or powers, all things were created by him and for him, right? You have to know all creations is for Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Verse 17, and he is before all things, and by him all things consist, right? In the power of Yahweh Shema Shai. Even though we know that's dealing with the Yahweh Shema Shai, but the Lord created all things through his son. Ephesians, the 3rd chapter, verse 9. And to make all men see what is the fellowship of the mystery, right? The mystery. Let alone you brothers and sisters don't even know, will be like, oh, we don't know God power. We don't know if God real. Yo, you must be blinder than both of my ladies and one of my kids. Like, what? You got trees that been here longer than you. You got a sun that's constantly doing this job in the moon. Somebody had to create it for it to be a creation. Billions of people. And every time somebody die, another person is born. Every time another person born, another person dies. It's evident. And then in certain areas where it's not that much sunlight, you see colors change. Then you have ancient time and then modern time. The Lord orchestrated all of this. Back then, we was writing on walls. If I was saying, yo, baby, I'm studying, I was going to study. If I was going to write a lesson, I was going to write the lesson on the damn wall. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is moving way different than how we think we move it, right? And that's why you want to be spiritually inclined. Let me just read this part again. It says, which from the beginning of the world have been hid in God, who created all things by Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. The Lord made all things by him. Ooh, I think that's the one I wanted. Appreciate you. Needed. We want to replace your roof. We're looking. I got another little joint because I did.
Let's talk about Bill Gates in the next.
Yeah. I need to get this video right here. So we about to go to this video real quick. A 1, 2, 3. I just want to hear him say what he gonna say, and then we just gonna finish it out. I got 2 more precepts, so it's good. We got 2 more precepts, and then we gonna end this. Is this it? No, that's not it. Could have swore I just played it.
Pandemic.
Playing you right now, buddy. Oh, shoot. Damn it. Salakia. What in God's creation is going on? Damn. Salakia. I don't know what the heck is going on with him over here.
So if I tell you, hey, there's this live training on how you can get. Let's talk about Bill Gates and the next pandemic. Bill Gates and the World Health Organization have announced when we will see the next pandemic.
Let's see what this clever Baxter got to say.
Let's talk about Bill Gates and the next pandemic. Bill Gates and the World Health Organization have announced when we will see the next pandemic, and they have a date for us. So
how the hell you got a date? Because niggas is making it.
Your calendar, prepare, plan your trips around this next pandemic right now. We'll have more on that in a second and the dates. But you'll remember Bill Gates and the World Health Organization previously held what was known as the 2001 Event 201. And it was about...
Hey, one more thing. This is what I'm talking about. Sometimes you might not find some of these news on TV and be like, oh man, I don't see it on TV. It's not real. Sometimes they do lie. That's all script. And a lot of things is script. The Bible is script. We're script. We're acting it out. It's either you a 2/3 or a 1/3, 144,000. You just don't know. You just got to play your role. But they have to write it down because you just don't hop and tell this information off of your dome. This is something serious. So if you ever want to follow them, their page is called Redacted, REDACTED. And, join their page, man. They always be bringing out news. So the title is starting. Bill Gates announced the next pandemic date and outbreak location. How can you know that? It's because these niggas is creating it.
The Event 201 exercise. It was a simulation involving a coordinated global response to a coronavirus that they held in a simulation just months before COVID-19 was declared a global pandemic. So they're pretty good at predicting this stuff. I don't know how they pull this off.
Fauci, remember Fauci told Trump in 2017, not that there could be, not that there might be, but there would be a pandemic during his presidency.
Yes.
Yeah, and Obama ran exercises for it during his
presidency.
Pregnancy.
During his pregnancy.
During his presidency, too.
At the womb factory.
So they've just gotten together and they're doing it again now. Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, along with Johns Hopkins Center for Health Security and the World Health Organization. I wish I was making this up, but this is not a conspiracy theory. They did this. And they just conducted their next pandemic tabletop exercise in Belgium. It's called the Catastrophic Contagion.
Isn't it crazy? He just said Belgium. Belgium as in Belgium. And it's crazy that that name is part of the 10 horns. Where's it at? Yeah, right here. Y'all might not be able to see it. Right here. This is on my notes. I just had it on there. You know what I'm saying? Belgium is part of EU. That's just hilarious to me that he just said that, but don't mind me.
Hey, honey, where are you going this weekend? I'm going to Belgium. I got a conference. Oh, yeah, what's it about? It's called the Catastrophic Contagion Event. Oh, what are you guys going to be doing? Oh, we're just planning the next pandemic. Just getting everything ready.
Yo, go watch this whole video, man. That joint 13 minutes long. Lord willing, the Lord allow me to watch this after I get done with this, get done cooking and stuff, right? These niggas just said that they're making, that they know when it's coming. They know the date and where it's located. You niggas is making it, man. This is why the scriptures say you cannot trust your enemy. Sirach, the 12th chapter. He's not going to be satisfied with blood. All you niggas is experiments. This man said, I think the blacks and Latinos should get it first. Don't you know when that mark of the beast come, they going to say the same thing? It's because if we get it, they know you ain't getting in the freaking kingdom, man. Only the ones that's willing to go and die for the words of Yahweh Shema Shai. They not taking that shit, man. Yo, all of this is just ushering in the mark. I don't care what, if you don't see it, man, go tell the doctors to check your damn eyes, man. This is Romans, the 8th chapter, verse 38 to 39. It says, for I am persuaded that neither death nor life, nor angels, nor principalities, nor powers, nor things present, nor things to come, nor height, nor depth, nor any other creature shall be able to separate us from the love of God, which is in Hamashiach Yahushai our Lord. Right? And the only way it can separate you is if you start acting like a 2/3, well, you'll be killed and destroyed. But we already understand that 2/3 most likely would be regenerated through men's loins again, just through sex, but to be changed of a twinkling of an eye, to see the destruction of your people, to see the rebuilding of your kingdom, see you go see the Lord put you in rulership and crown all the men, right? That's a sight you want to see. And even if you get reborn, that still shows love. Well, this is what, our 14th last captivity, and we've been through each one. That's the Lord showing you he loved you, because each time you came back, the Lord could have made you a damn Edomite or an African. But guess what? He didn't do that. You was an Israelite. Your spirit is an Israelite. Your flesh, your blood, and all that's an Israelite. The Lord know who his elect. The Lord counts every strand of hair. So the Lord know who you is, baby. He know who you is. It's about us staying on the course, pressing towards the mark. Right? This is the verse I really wanted y'all to see. This is 2 Samuel. Nope, Salaki. You can read it in KJV, because that's where I read it. KJV. I read it KJV. This G&T was just hitting me. It was just hitting. And I said, maybe for some people that probably never read this, or it's just certain words just to get you motivated. So, right. So 2 Samuel 24, verse 10 to 17. Right. Here it goes. And David's heart smote him after he greatly in that I have done. And now I beseech thee, O Lord, take away the iniquity of thy spirit, for I have done very foolishly. For when David seer, saying, go and say unto David, thus saith Yahweh, I offer thee three things. Choose thee one of them, that I may do it unto thee. So Gad came to David and told him and said unto him, shall 7 years of famine come unto thee in thy land, or wilt thou flee 3 months before thy enemies while they pursue thee, or that there be 3 days pestilence in thy land? Now advice, and see what answer I shall return to him that sent me. And David said unto Gad, I am in a great strait. Let us fall now into the hand of Yahweh, for his mercies are great, and let me not fall into the hand of man. So Yahweh sent a pestilence upon Israel from the morning, evening to the time appointed. Come on, this is the Lord is sending. He's sending an angel to do that. So Yahweh sent a pestilence upon Israel from the morning, evening to the time appointed. Right, and there died of the people from Dan even to Beersheba 70,000 men. Shit, that's a death angel right there. It says, and when the angel stretched out his hand upon Jerusalem to destroy it, Yahweh repented him of the evil and said to the angel that destroyed the people, it is enough. Stay now thy hand. And the angel of Yahweh was by the threshing place of Runa, the Jebusite. And David spake unto Yahweh when he saw the angel that smote the people, and said, lo, I have sinned, I had done wickedly. But these sheep, what have they done? Let thy hand, I pray thee, be against me and against my father's house. Yo, and the craziest thing, that angel, look, that could have been one of us that got killed by this angel. Yo, the Lord do not play. Yo, the angels don't play. And you gotta be like, so that was my last script. Can't be my last script. All right, let's go to First Kings, man. 18. I always bring this out, man. See, our people. This death spirit is real. Let alone brothers and sisters not trying to get right for the Lord. I'm jealous for the Lord. Very. I still gotta be better for myself. I still gotta double up too. But the more I get into it, more I get in tune, I'm jealous for the Lord too. 1 Kings 19:10, he said, I am very jealous for Yahweh God of hosts. Basically, Yahweh of armies, the servant Lord. For the children of Israel have forsaken, abandoned thy covenant, thrown down thy altars, and slain thy prophets with the sword. Right? Guess what? Those same people that slain the prophets in the past, they back here on the earth again. And this nigga's redoing it again, slaying the prophets of the Lord. But a lot of men is slaying men that's not even in the truth yet. But you never know. They probably could. But it's gonna come a time where your own people are gonna try to pursue the real men of the Lord. And I only am left. And they seek my life to take it away. Come on, there's gonna be people that's gonna seek your life and take it away, man. Because America might be bribing them. Show me what we just read in the video. He said, "Man, we're gonna run into a little problem. People with a high religious background, but that's just a little problem, right?" Yo, the Death Spirit coming back, man. I think I'm gonna end in my life
that everybody must have, and basically, in order to buy, sell.
I'm gonna probably just end my live, but I'm gonna replay what this man said in this video one more time.
Work and dedication to our cause. In reviewing this year's progress, let me say that we have been highly effective in conditioning the people's minds to accept our solution to the world's problems. The energy crisis here in the United States was exceptionally successful worldwide, and we expect similar success with our upcoming food shortage. Our labor leaders have made great progress by causing confusion and work stoppages in all areas of the world. Financially, the dollar is being devalued even faster than we could have hoped. Politically, the public has lost total confidence in any form of government. The threat of universal war is a daily possibility. As you know, we ourselves do not need to hold any visible office of leadership. As a matter of fact, it's better that we do not. If we control the finances, news media, food, transportation, energy, we control everything. It is important that you, as world leaders, keep our program before your countrymen. With our World Bank and computer program operation, we now have the capacity to control the financial affairs of every human being on Earth by giving each person his own computer number. Anytime his number is used, we would know his financial situation at once. We can buy or sell anything without his computer number. It will simplify their lifestyles tremendously. The end result will be a one-world monetary and government system that we alone will control.
Their number, or their cards are lost or stolen.
We've made visions for that. By using this laser imprinter, we can painlessly and permanently affix the person's number to the back of his hand or his forehead if he so desires. The numbers would be easily read by this new ultra-scan equipment. For the purposes of demonstration, I've had such a number imprinted on myself. Once this number is imprinted, it cannot be lost nor can it be changed. Now, are there any questions?
What about the individuals who refuse to have this number implantation?
We expect some minor resistance, especially from highly motivated religious groups. But eventually, hunger will cause even the most zealous to conform to our program. Gentlemen, I believe that within a year, 2 at the most, our one world government will be a reality. If we continue on our present course, it is my opinion that we could present the devil himself as a world leader, and the people would accept him.
Y'all, appreciate y'all to the moon and ever back, man. Lord willing, this was edifying to the hopeful elect. First and foremost, I want to give all praise to the Most High. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem Rakakodash. Yahweh is the Most High God. and Yahweh Shai who the world any better do me, but the God was supposed to pick each one, teach one. You should be ready to listen, be ready to learn. And a lot of us don't like learning. We don't like to be corrected. We don't like studying. We don't like leaders over us. We want to lead all the damn time. But you've been leading your kids to slaughter, leading your friends to slaughter. No, it is time to be more humble. It is time to yield to authority. So for me and my household, we're going to serve the Lord. Death to America and death to Esau. Not on my time, your time, her time, his time. But his time, because he never early, never late. He is always on time. I love you to the kingdom and never back. And other than that, get right, get it tight, get your spirit right, and get them scriptures tight into your medulla. Because you never know. You might have to flee your house and you might not have this sword in your hand. So studying is well needed. Other than that, till next time or later tonight or however the Lord moved me, Lord willing, I can do another lesson. And with that, shalom.